We're driving a Cayenne in water. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a little deeper than I thought it was going to be. What a G, though. That was awesome.
When it comes to modifying cars, it's easy to make the obvious choice. If you're going drag racing, you start with a Challenger Hellcat. If you're going overlanding, you start with a Tacoma. But sometimes the obvious choice isn't the best one.
This is a Porsche Cayenne. It's not all that exciting. My dad drives one. And it's not even one of those super fast 190 mile an hour Turbo S versions either. It's the diesel. They don't even make it anymore. That's a whole other story for a whole other episode. But as you may notice, this one has a little bit extra. You see, for a lot of people, Porsche was really a sports car maker until the Cayenne came along to ruin it. And if you're under the age of 30, 35, you don't really remember much of a time before the Cayenne. But there was one. But then all of a sudden, the Trans-Siberian came along.
Porsche is not dumb. The automaker knew that if they wanted to send a message that their new SUV was worthy of the red and yellow crest, they'd have to do something big. So, in 2007, they entered a bunch of specially modified Cayennes in a 4,400-mile rally across Siberia from Moscow to Ulaanbaatar. They won. Message received.
A lot of folks don't think about LA as having some of America's best mountains. But actually, if you need to get away, you're only a couple of miles from really, really beautiful trails. There is just some amazing rock formations up here. And I have to say, I need to establish a difference between off-roading and overlanding. Off-roading always seems to have some sort of competitive component attached to it. It's always about, oh, I could cross this boulder, or I could go this place where you couldn't go, and I have this truck that can do this thing that your truck can't do. And that kind of stuff is very important to people. Overlanding, to me, it's really just kind of about being there. It's just kind of about seeing things. Oh shit, this is water. We're driving a Cayenne in water. Oh wow. Oh, that was a little deeper than I thought it was gonna be. What a G though. That was awesome. Okay, no problemo. Overlanding, like I was saying, is just kind of about being there. Joey built the first one of these for himself because he wanted to get out there. And that was 2 years ago. And I don't want to say anybody lucked out during 2020 because that was a crap year for basically everybody. But some people's businesses happen to fit into people's desires a little better than others. Oh, I see.
Here we are.
The alien dreadnought future. Nice lighting, Jeff Zwart.
Yes, yes.
Nicely done. Oh,
Thank
good
him.
things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This is very good.
This is very fun.
This is very good. So, this is like the best use of cheating diesel Volkswagens ever. Right?
Exactly, exactly.
Because we start with the diesels.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Are they undervalued in the used market?
They are undervalued.
And once they get fixed, once they get neutered,
Once you
take them to get spayed or neutered, what do they come back like once they're spayed or neutered? Are they okay?
I didn't drive them before. I find them to be just fine. I've known people that owned them that said they were like a little bit lackluster with the transmission mapping, and stuff like that. But I've seen no problem. We get incredible fuel economy. The range is as much as 600 miles to a tank, which is phenomenal. But the torque is what's great. And also, like when you think Paris-Dakar and the SUVs, they're all usually diesel.
Yeah,
so we that was our inspiration, is that kind of build.
Are you trying to do something it really shouldn't do, or are you leaning into what it's already good at?
I think it's already good at it, because I haven't done much to change like differentials. There's no air lockers, although I'd like to do that. for myself. Really, most people aren't going to take them as far and as hard as I do. But they're stock except for shocks and springs, and then protection and recovery. That's it. And even you'll see the interior is bone stock. Just a couple light switches. This is not a rock crawler. Everyone likes to refer to it as a rock crawler, but it's not.
So in your 911 builds in the past, they're often very subtle, but very thoughtful and effective and purposeful. And because I follow you on Instagram, because I know you, I know about some of the details that go into this that are real parallels from your 911 work.
It's the same.
It's the same idea.
It's the same idea. Everything has a purpose, and we don't need to be in your face with a ridiculous livery.
So what is the customer really looking for with something like this?
They're looking for something that they can drive every day, take the kids to soccer practice like they would have normally, or go to the mall, but take the family, go snowboarding, skiing, hiking, have all the gear you need, go way off grid, overlanding, and really have all the recovery gear that you need and protection that you need. So we don't get the cars very high, because the geometry is a little bit funky where we can't really go beyond 2-inch lift, so we fit a bigger wheel and tire, but then we fully skid plated the underbody and did rock sliders, and it's actually a full roll cage under the car. So it can slide over whatever it can't clear naturally.
Big wheels, lots of lights, and a rooftop tent are the flashy mods most people associate with overlanding. But the difference between a tough-looking rig and a rig that's actually tough is how well the mechanical underpinnings are protected.
Full under tray.
Full skid plate protection.
Minimal. Oh yeah, and the A-arm thing is exactly, or the control arm thing is exactly what I thought it looked like too. Yeah.
Yep.
It just bounces whatever off the arm.
Yep.
So you have to remove this to service it?
Yep, just this one.
Okay.
Just this one for an oil service, yes. But everything else, it comes off relatively easily. It's a little time consuming, a little heavy, and very dirty.
But it's clean.
Yeah, and then the holes are for water drainage. Because when you go through the water, it really traps quite a bit up there, and then also for some heat release as well. Because this right here is where the catalyst is. But yeah, that's about it. And everything through here actually has tubular structure like a roll cage.
Oh, really?
And it's removable for service.
Oh.
So we've got the rock sliders tied in right here, and then here is like a big X through the middle.
Cool.
Yeah.
So where does the exhaust come out now?
So it runs right here, and then all through here.
Oh, all right, I see.
So this is, you can't see the early stages, but this is where...
So there would be a muffler here before?
Like a
big
giant
one?
Yeah, this whole section here would be muffler.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it hangs down, about 8 to 10 inches. But you see the upgraded toe links here that are beefier and tubular, with the spherical rod ends.
Yeah. There's a lot more room back here for activities.
Yeah.
You see, the thing about overlanding is it has a component of luxury that off-roading doesn't really have. Off-roading is all about using these old school cars, manual transmissions, rock crawling, locking those ARBs, crawling over a boulder, sending it, that kind of stuff. Bragging about what you broke on the bar. Overlanding is a luxury experience. You're comfortable while you're getting to the wilderness. You're comfortable once you're in the wilderness and you get home safely. And so that's what this Cayenne is about. It's not about pushing it to how gnarly of a terrain can I do. It's about saying, how can I get into the wilderness comfortably and capably and know that my important bits are very protected and that I have things to clamp to if I need to be rescued. These are important aspects on which to continue from the fundamentals that you get with the Porsche Cayenne. Oh man. Oh. Well, this is all right, huh? I feel very relaxed. This is nice. When you're off-roading in something like this, you don't get as tired. That means you can go farther. That means you can enjoy nature away from people better. It's a good spot but I could still hear a train. And I don't want to hear things. I want total isolation. So we're gonna find a better spot. Pack it up, keep it moving. This is nice. When you add a lift, you add some more movement in the suspension. There's a little more, it's not play because it's not loose, but there's just more movement. So you can hear things happening under there. The other thing is, almost always, driving to and from an off-road situation involves some kind of a long highway transit. I mean, unless you live in the middle of nowhere on the trail, you need to transit. And it's far. Overlanding, that implies distance. You really want something that's comfortable. And that's why if you lean too far into your off-road capability, maybe even further than you need, you might ruin how it drives on the road. If you had a Cayenne, brand new, $80,000, $90,000 Porsche, you wouldn't want to ruin how that drove on the road with some super oversized wheel and tire package. This drives nice on the road. This drives basically stock on the road. It hasn't been geometrically ruined. It's still good. And all of this stuff isn't done so you can show off all the places your Cayenne can go. Not at all. It's done so that you can get out to the wilderness, out here, enjoying nature, and know that you're gonna get there safely, bring the things you need, and then be able to get home. That's what it's about. And protect the truck in the process. Yeah, this is the spot. Creekside, sunset. Smells kind of like beer already. This is good. Got my pop tent. Never used it, but I think I could probably figure it out. All right. Ladder. All right, and then, oh. Got my bag. It's a high quality item. Oh, sweet. No prep needed. Straight to bed. This is how to do this, huh? Comfy Porsche rooftop tent. Wilderness all to myself.